We're going to be starting with $0, a truck, and just a chainsaw, and we're going to turn this entire forest around us into a fully functioning farm. And to make things harder, I'm only going to have a year to do it. This is definitely going to be quite the challenge, but I'm excited to get started, so let's jump right into it. All right, so first things first here, let's go ahead and start getting some of these trees cut down. I am going to be starting with some of these trees here. They're going to be easy to take out right away and put them in the back of the truck. Because like I said, we are starting with $0, so I'm going to cut these up and put them in the bed of the truck. And get our first load here taken and sell them up. We'll cut these to size here, so that way we can throw them in the bed there. Can kind of take a guess right there. Now, I'm not quite sure how long these actually can be, but we're just gonna kind of guess for now. Should be able to strap them down regardless. All right, so first log is going in the truck. I think we should go ahead and put that tailgate down real quick. All right, so we got that tailgate down. It's going to give us a little bit more room. And like I said, guys, we are starting with a little bit of an older truck here, so nothing too fancy, but it should get the job done for us. Might as well clean some of these up. This one's a little long, but you know what? We're going to make it work. I don't think we're going to have to cut this one. Let's try and angle it a little bit. We might be able to get away with it. We'll strap it down and see what happens. One's a bit long too. Yeah, we'll see what happens when we cut it. When we strap it down, I'll go ahead and cut this one in half. Just make it a little bit easier. This is a little bit of a long one here. All right, so we're gonna strap these down so they don't go anywhere. All right, so that is going to be the first load. This is just one tree, though, so we're going to kind of see how much we get for one tree. I imagine it's not going to be a whole lot, so we're probably going to have to start putting multiple in there, but I am curious to see what one tree is going to end up getting us here. I know there's a road around here somewhere. There we go. All right, so we've made it to the sawmill. We're going to go ahead and sell this off here and see how much we get. I think we're just going to back it up right about here. Let's see what we end up getting for it. Let's see. All right, $1,640. Not too bad. So we're starting off a little light, but that's all right. It was our first run. I fill it up. I think this time, though, we're probably going to do 2 trees at least. I think we can fit 2 on here, so... Again, not the biggest truck, but it should be good enough. All right, now one thing I do want to try is to see if maybe we could actually drop the tree into the truck, if that's even a thing or not, but we're going to find out real quick. Let's see. I think it falls the direction you cut it. That is, let's back the truck up better. That's not very good. There we go. Let's hope this falls the right way. Oh, and it fell the other way. All right, so now we know. A little bit of a learning curve. That's all right. We can right about here. Now, I am debating taking off all these excess branches because they are a little bit annoying, but a lot of extra work when we've already got so much going on. I might do it just a little bit to get them out of my face here. You know, just some of this, but especially towards the smaller part of the log. It's just taking so much extra time. Now my OCD's like, I'm going to finish this out. All right, let's see what we got here. We just cut it right there. I think. Yeah, looks like we're going to have to see if I can move this. Okay, had to figure out where I cut it last. Oh, nice, actually down here. It's looking like this is my next cut. So on the next tree, I definitely do want to try and actually drop it into the bed of the truck. I think that would be nice. Now we are going to eventually have to figure something out for these stumps, but I got a plan for that. I don't know why this first one doesn't like me pick it up sometimes. Put that in there. Very nice. Now I didn't think about it, but hopefully the truck can actually take this much weight. All right. So let's see if we can actually put this behind a tree. Oh. I forgot to strap them up. That's all right. That's my bad. Kind of a self-correcting problem. Let's try that. We're going to fasten them up. There we go. So we're going to try this again, except now we know the direction. And the big one, so it goes the opposite direction you cut it. All right, let's go with this. And a little off. A little off. All right. Make it work. Like I said, I am pretty confident we could do 2 trees in one truckload, but we're gonna find out here. I'm gonna fill this side up a little bit more. Yeah, I wonder if I can go ahead and let's get that back up there. Oh man. I'm gonna fast nap in just a moment. All right, so noted. It does look like we can fit 2 trees on the truck, although I will say doesn't look like the truck can carry it very well, but we're gonna do it anyways. We are pretty loaded down. All right, boys, so we've got 2 full trees on here this time. We're gonna see how much they give us now. So let's go ahead and sell these. This is 2 whole trees. 3,042. Okay. So that's much better. That puts our new total at 4,600 now. So not too bad. Pretty good start for taking out about 3 trees so far. Again, I am going to try and work one of the areas first, like one area at a time. That way, as we do clear it out, we can actually start putting some farming, like farmland on there. So plow it out, cultivate it, all the things, and get the farm going in the background too while we continue to get these trees out. Again, like I said, my goal at the end of this year is to have a fully profitable farm with some equipment, a house, all the things. Ideally, we do want to be working on getting a house here shortly, because again, don't want to be sleeping out in the woods. All right, so I know I failed on the last 2, but we're going to try this one more time with trying to get this to land on the truck. Let's see if I can line this up a little bit better this time. Okay, that's looking pretty good. This might be too close. Now that I'm looking at it, this is probably gonna be too close. Let's scoot it up just a little bit. This is definitely gonna be a tall tree. I'm afraid my aim's not quite ready for that distance, but if I remember correctly, kind of fell that direction, so we're gonna kind of angle this a little bit more to the right. Hopefully not too much. Here we go, boys. Let's try it. It doesn't look quite right, but we're gonna go with it. Okay, nope. And now I went on the right side. All right, so it is very parallel where I'm cutting, so I'm going to try and keep that in mind. I thought I was a lot better that time, but I guess not. We're gonna hand cut this again. Although this time, though, I wonder how long I can put these logs on here. So let's try a couple long ones. See if we can't get away with less cuts. That's pretty long. And I'm getting stuck on the wood. Go around this side. Oh, we actually balanced it pretty good there. So can't pick this one up, so we're gonna cut this in half. Not right here. Not bad. Okay. We can get away with less cuts. You know, we might actually be able to put more than 3 trees on here if we do this right. I'm about to cut this one anyways. I'm gonna try and fit these in the bed of the truck though. There we go. That looks good. And the last one here. I like it. All right, now I wonder, will it strap down? It will strap them down off the top. Okay, that's cool. I like that. I like that. We're gonna try this again. Like I said, I want to keep doing this till I get it. We're bound to get it soon enough. All right, let's go with that. All right, here we go. I like that. Looks better. I think that's better. All right. Hey, and she rolled off. Okay, so it's probably not gonna work out the way I want it to. That's okay. I think we've got a good flow going now where we're actually going to cut it in less anyways. So not quite what we were hoping for, but this should definitely help a lot. Doing it in less cuts. Thinking somewhere around here. All right, let's see what we got going on. All right, boys, our aim was a little better that time. We're gonna just go ahead and give her a go again. You know, let's go right there. Let's see how that is. I'm feeling pretty good about that one. A little off still. Better. No way. We got it. Look at that, boys. Okay, we are loaded down. I don't think the truck can handle any more than that. That is going to be about, I believe that is 3 whole trees this time. We're going to go ahead and turn this one in. I'm gonna actually have to drive from the inside of the car here because I can hardly see anything, and we're gonna have to avoid these trees here until we clear them out. Now, ideally, we are gonna eventually clear these out, put a road in, and make it a lot easier to access. But for now, this is what we got, and clearly we're dealing with it. We almost lost it there. That's all right. We're gonna do a quick recovery. What am I getting stuck on? Let's see. Okay. Have to line that up a little bit better. All right. Now, I will say, leaving the tree hole is definitely a lot harder to navigate, but look at that. We made it through. All right, let's go turn these in. All right, we have made it. Let's see how much, I believe, 3 trees is going to get us. Especially with this one being all the way. Oh my gosh, look at that. That truck is way down. All right, let's see how much we get here. 3,929. Not bad. Almost 4K for that load. Let's go. Heck yeah. All right, so if we can land them on the truck, that is definitely going to be the play because that saved a lot of time. Give or take, because it was a little bit difficult to get out of the woods, but, you know, as we cleared out, it should get a little bit easier. I like how our truck tracks here are kind of leaving an imprint. Kind of interesting. Kind of see one of my best paths through the woods here for now are. All right, so we've taken out a lot of these trees in the clearing, minus the stumps. I think this is going to be one of the main ones that are just kind of out here in the open that we're going to take out. All right, let's see if we can do this again. Timber, not bad, not bad. That's looking pretty good. Alright, she is strapped down. Not the prettiest, but it's there. Now I say we go ahead and start taking out some of these trees to the actual road so we can kind of start seeing what we're working with here. I am going to go ahead and get these off just so I can see a little bit better. Kind of reminds me of like a dinosaur. One of those long neck dinosaurs. You know, I wonder if I could go the other way with it. Let's see if we can go the other way. Alright, here we go. Might be too far to the right. Maybe the other tree will guide it. Okay. Oh, I didn't realize it was on the wrong side. That's okay. We can work with that. I guess some of these are just too heavy for their size, so I'm gonna cut it in half again. This is a big tree, so I'll give it that. I may have underestimated just how long this giant tree was gonna take, but you know what? It should be worth a lot more too. Alright, so that one tree ended up taking way longer than I thought it was going to, but it is cut into the back of the truck. I don't think this load's going to be quite worth as much, but we're going to see, maybe, because it was a really big tree. So, but it's all in here, and we're going to make it happen. Alright, here we go. Moment of truth. Let's see how much we get for all of this. 2,306. Okay, so tree ended up still not being worth near as much for a lot more work, so we're going to have to be mindful of that. But that's okay. We're up to $10,000 now, almost 11,000. So we're going to make that work and just keep on at it. All right, let's see if we can do this one a little bit faster this time around. It is a much smaller tree, so it had to be cut up into tiny pieces, which is nice. That'll have to be cut up real small. Alright, here we go. We got another big set right here. I'm hoping that this time around we can get a trailer or something after this. 2,300. Alright, so we're up to 13,000. Let's go take a look at the shop and see if we can't get a trailer because, man, at this pace, it is going to take some time. So I think if we go ahead and get another piece of equipment, we'll be getting the ball rolling a lot faster. Alright, so I'm thinking we should look at flatbed trailers. It's probably our best bet. There's got to be a cheap one on here, I'm hoping. Okay, not a cheap one. Let's keep looking. All right, so there is this wood trailer for $2,000. We may get this one. I'm going to keep looking, but this might be a decent option. All right, so we just got the trailer, dropped us down $2,050, bringing our new total to $11,000. Let's go ahead and try the trailer out and see if it's going to make much of a difference hauling all these logs or not. Well, boys, we may have made a small mistake here getting this trailer because you actually can't connect it to this truck despite it having the hitch option. So we're gonna have to figure something out, whether we get a tractor or we sell this and get something else. So I'm gonna figure out our options here. Well, that's a bit of a disappointment that we can't use it. I just kind of assumed we would have been able to, but looking at the hitch here, I don't think that's the right setup. So with that being said, we're gonna go ahead and get a little bit more money before we try and get another trailer or a truck or a tractor. So let's go ahead and do that. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and get another load going here so we can actually get something to load more trees up with. I was a little disappointed that we couldn't make that trailer work, but it's kind of how it works sometimes. But we'll figure it out. We'll get this ball rolling here soon enough. I think one more load should be good. And just barely missed it. The good thing is some of these trees aren't too big. I noticed the really big ones tend to take a while to actually load up. So we're gonna keep things nice, short and sweet, and try and get these loaded up and sold ASAP. Like I said, as soon as we get trailer or anything of that sort, we're going to be putting out some much bigger numbers when it comes time to sell. For now, we're going to have to make the most out of this truck. All right, so I actually am going to put this right up against the truck and see if I can't find a better way to get these to fall where I want them to. Let's see how this does. Oh, and that one kind of did its own thing there. I'll have to just cut these up. It's a smaller tree. Oh, is he going to do it? Almost got away with it. All right, so we have a lot of logs this time. This is going to be a big truckload here. We're going to turn it in and try and see how much we get this time. All right, so we're going to see how much we get. Let's put it right about here. That should be good. We're at 11,000. After we sell it. Oh, almost 6 grand for that much wood. That's awesome. That's a good amount right there. All right, so like I said, I think if we take a look at this truck here, the upgraded Series 200, I think we could actually get away with pulling that trailer with a different hitch. So we're gonna try it. It may be we may completely fail. Again, worst case, we sell everything again and we get a tractor or something. So we'll figure it out, but we're going to try and take a gamble on it and see what happens here. So first thing is we're going to go ahead and sell our Series 200, get the 20K from that, and then we're going to go back to the shop. And now we should be able to get this Series 200. I do like those wheels, but we are talking an extra like 1,400 to, was that 32? Man, I mean, if we can't pull the trailer, I'd like to probably go with the better tires. So I am thinking for this trailer hitch, we do it. You got this design and then you got this design. I don't know if it makes much of a difference, but we're going to do this design where it can at least move around. We're going to see. I feel like it's going to give us the best chance because it does look like a ball hitch and then another ball hitch. So it could also just be the trailer. So if this doesn't work, we're going to sell the trailer and try that. So, and of course, we're going to make it black instead of the white. And I think we'll get rid of the license plate. That looks pretty good. So we're looking at 34,300. The trailer hitch adds 850. We don't need to change the engine sound. Oh, and it looks like it's going to add 500 no matter what I choose. So I guess we'll just go with that. 34,300. Let's do it. All right, so here she is, looking really good, really beefy. I really do like this truck. I think it looks really good. Let's see how it sounds. Oh. Oh, okay. I like that. All right, moment of truth. Can it pull this trailer? Oh my gosh, guys. We can, and we did. Yes. So the upgraded Series 200 can actually pull the trailer. That is what we needed right there. We are good to go. We've got our new trailer here, which is going to help us carry a lot more logs per batch. So let's go ahead and get this out there and get started with it. All right, so we're looking pretty good. I think this field has quite a lot cleared out now. I feel like it's almost ready to actually start plowing here soon. So what I'd like to do is go ahead and maybe clear out the way we come in a little bit. Now I can either try and clear out this direction where we've been going, or if I go over here, we could technically start coming from this way and put like a road through here, and it's a little bit more open all the way to the road here. So I think I'd probably go ahead and do that. So if we come through here, it's all open. which looks pretty good. So that means as far as taking out the first trees we should be going for, it's going to be right around through here. So let's go ahead and do that. I am going to try and knock these down onto the trailer. It'll let us. Let's see here. Try our backing up skills. Now I am still going to cut these to size. Oh. Alright, there we go. That should be good. This one's not too big. We'll see if we can't land it on there. That looks pretty good. Good cut. Let's see. A little off. You know, we're working on that. You'd think by now we've gotten a little bit better, but that's okay. We're going to keep going. You know, we'll try. That's not the end of the world. To be fair, now that we have the trailer, we're able to get quite a lot on here now. So let's see. Thinking somewhere. Let's start here first. See if we can even carry that. So can't carry a log that size. Let's cut it in half. This looks like we can do this one. Put that up here. It can be longer. We'll put this one back here like that since it is a smaller piece. Let's see if we can't cut this one a little bit bigger. Too long to carry. All right, cut it in half it is. There we go. Like I said, we're going to be able to put quite a lot on this trailer, guys. It's kind of crazy, I'm not going to lie. I am actually super excited to see how many logs we can actually fit on this thing. All right, so we are pretty loaded up, but I feel like we can do one more tree. I've noticed these really big trees seem to take quite a while to actually cut down and load up. So let's see if we can't do one of these little easy ones. Maybe this little one right here would be a good one to do. Let's try this one. So these tend to go pretty quick. I noticed they kind of fall straight down first. Now, one thing too is if I put those stumps too small, I kind of can't see where they're at, which is kind of a problem when you're driving through the woods a little blind. Oh, and it's gone somehow. All right, that's okay. We're going to go with this here. See if we can't clean it up a little bit. So that's one more down. Put this in the back. I think since it only gave us this, I feel like this one is big, but we might be okay to do it. All right, let's try it. Put it this way a little bit. Okay, so it's not a really, really big one. Sometimes it's hard to tell, I feel like. All right, boys, this is our first haul with the new trailer. We've got this thing loaded down, as you can see. We're going to go ahead and turn this in and see just how much we get with this, because this is quite a lot. So I'm hopeful that we get a big payout on this, because I know we need it. We're at 3,600, so hoping this thing could be a big payout. Now, I will say it is looking like it's around 1,800, basically almost 1,900. So, you know, we're looking at like 7 o'clock, which means we're going to need to get a house, a camp, a tent, something, so that way we can actually sleep, because working on the night's going to be a little rough. I mean, if we have to, we will, but we'll figure it out. So we'll take a look at the shop for that too. All right, here we go. We're going to go ahead and put everything in here. Hopefully it'll catch the trailer too. I think right about there. Let's go ahead and turn this in and see how much we get. 5,338. Now, I'm not going to lie. I thought that might have been a little bit more, but maybe on that one load, we had them pretty stacked thick in there. So I think next time, we're going to try and go even higher with it, and maybe go even higher in the bed of the truck too. But let's go take a look at the shop and see if we can't buy a tent or something so we can sleep through the night. All right, so we got our tent. We're going to go ahead and head back to camp now and get that thing down and see kind of what it looks like. So let's go ahead and get to our area here. All right, so we are back at our farm area here, and I think we're going to go ahead and put the tent down, and then that we can kind of see what that looks like too. Let's see here. I think it's going to be, let's see, farmhouses. You got our tent for $26, and I think we'll just go ahead and put that like right in this clearing. Let's see, overlap, put it right there. All right, let's go see what that kind of looks like there. All right, so we have our tent down. Nice little cozy area. I think before we go to sleep, we should do one more haul of wood. I think we can do one more. I'm kind of curious to see what it's like at nighttime. Just do a little easy one here. Something simple. I wonder if we can go ahead and drop one of these on the trailer this time. Let's try that. It looks pretty good. I think that's going to actually line up this time. Come on. Please do it. Not bad. There we go. Finally, a good landing. Let's see how that drives. Okay, I think we could probably put one more on there if we're lucky. Actually, no. Let's just see what one big tree gets us, because I'm kind of curious. I'm afraid if I chop down another one, we won't be able to actually get to land the way we need it to. So, go and turn this in, see how much we get. All right, so we have made it here to the sawmill. I'd be lying if I didn't say this long log wasn't a challenge, because that was a little rough getting it here. But we are here now nonetheless. Let's see how much one of these really big trees gets us here. Basically $1,000. So not as much as I thought, but it wasn't too bad dropping it on there like that. All right, let's go and get back to our camp, and we're gonna go to sleep for the night. Wake up when the sun is up. All right, so brand new day, little cloudy today actually, but you know what? We're gonna power through and start getting some of these trees down. Now, if you take a look here, you can see we've actually got quite the opening happening now. Although these stumps are going to eventually be an issue that we're going to take care of. But for now, let's go and do one, maybe two more loads. I want to see if maybe we can get another piece of equipment to start loading these up a little bit faster. So let's get to it. I actually managed to get this one to land decently on the trailer. So I'm curious how quickly I can get this one chopped up now. Got most of that off. I wonder, probably got it right about here. Nice, there we go. Tie it down so it don't go anywhere by accident. Definitely do like the size of this one. The trailer's making a big difference. We're gonna put the small ones in the bed of the truck and the longer ones in the trailer itself. Probably get it right about here. All right, so we are bringing back quite the amount of logs this time. The trailer's full, the bed is full. We are looking pretty good on this one. I think this is going to be our biggest one yet, so I'm super excited to see how much we got. Now, it is raining, so everything's a little wet, but let's see if we got the whole front there. Everything's looking good. We did manage to land a couple trees, although they did go sideways, but it looks pretty good. So let's see how much we get on this one. It should be our biggest one yet. $8,036, definitely our biggest one yet, considering the last one I think was like close to 6, maybe 5,000 some change. So that is absolutely fantastic. So we're going to take a look at the shop, kind of see what other equipment maybe we can rock. I know if we can get something to cut these trees down and load them on here in bigger pieces so we don't cut them into such smaller ones, I think that'd be a huge help. So let's go check out the shop. All right, so looking at our options, obviously tractors are out. They're just way too expensive, 39,000, and we still got to get the front loader attachment. Looking at the front loader vehicles, 57,000, still pretty far out. But if we take a look at the skid steers, we've got one for 15,000 here, the John Deere one, and the attachment that I want to go with is going to be, I think this lift wood is what we're looking for. So not too bad, either 600 or 700. I think in total, if the skid steer is, let's see, 15, looking at like 16, 17,000 for the skid steer plus the attachment. But in order to get that to our campsite, we are going to need a new trailer. And so the trailer I want to go with, that's going to be a tilt deck style. It's going to be this one right here for 10K. So we're looking like we need more around like 25K, give or take, because we're going to sell the other trailer. But yeah, that's kind of where we're at with it. So I think we need to do one, maybe two more loads, and then we should be good to go to get that. So let's go ahead and get that done. All right, so we got this one loaded down. This one is looking pretty thick here. So we're going to turn this in. A lot of thick logs on the back here. I did try and Tetris it in here a little bit better. You can see this looks a lot better. So let's go turn it in, see where we're at. Right now we're at 17K. I'd like to see us hit over 22, 23 on it. So let's get there. Yeah, these stumps are definitely going to be a problem here soon. I'm going to have to find a way to grind those down by myself. Definitely one of my best ones yet, at least as far as like organizing them on the trailer and in the bed goes. So let's see if that made a difference. Here we go, and we're selling 6,446. Huh. Oh, there's one log left. Interesting. Let's back it up a little bit. I think they're out of the cell zone. So that last log. All right, $100 log right there. Not too bad. We're up to 24,000. That should give us a little bit more to work with now. I'm going to do some math and see if we can get that skid steer. All right, so we're going to take a chance. Let's go ahead and sell the trailer we currently have because I feel like we can probably load up on the other one. And then we're going to get the skid steer for 15,000. Let's see here. What do we got for options? Set to A. Looks like more for the wheels. Design, standard. And we'll just leave it green and yellow. So let's go ahead and buy that. And then we're going to need the attachment for it. And I believe this one should work. So we're going to try that. So we'll try that. And then last thing is that trailer. So if we get the trailer here, it's going to be the tilt one. Should leave everything the same. I believe that should work. Leave it like that. I'll get rid of the license. And here we go. That is pretty much everything, leaving us $395. Let's go pick it up. All right, so we're going to go ahead and load up the trailer here. Looks like it is compatible with it, which is a good sign. And then let's see. Unfold open side panel. Unfold trailer. There we go. That looks right. All right. So then let's go load up the skid steer. Got it tilted back. Nice little John Deere on here. Let's make sure this can actually do something with it. All right. So mistakes were made. I accidentally got the front loader tool instead of the skid steer tool. Yeah, that was a mistake. What we needed to get was this brush and log fork. So only 2,000, so we should be okay. I'm gonna go ahead and sell the other one, and then we're gonna go do like one more load, and then come back and get this one here. I kind of can't believe I just did that, but yeah, it is what it is. Let's go ahead and sell this one real quick because we're not gonna be able to use it. We're losing some money on it, but it is what it is. Not too bad. I am curious to see how much wood we can kind of get on this, though. So let's try it out. So I kind of want to try and put like this whole tree on here in one go. So we're going to try that. Let's see what happens. Let's see here. Let's try this. I think that's pretty good. Might be a little off actually now I'm doing it. Oh, no, that's literally almost perfect. Kind of hit something there. It's all right. It's clearly, these are the really big ones, so they're real thick. They do take quite some time to break down. Should save us some time, though, here. All right, so we'll get this down. Can't go anywhere, and then break up the rest. Try and make this faster than normal. If I can get this one in. It's moving. All right, we can actually do these pieces. Surprise. I have to put these a little sideways, considering how that log is sitting. That's all right. Ooh, okay, still in the trailer. This is a long trailer. You know, the trailer by itself, I feel like, is actually a pretty good upgrade. I'm not going to lie. Just the fact that it has that extra length, I feel like it's going to help a lot. We'll do one more. I don't want to do too many because I kind of want to get the skid steer. But we'll start with that. All right, so got a couple logs here. Tried not to break them down too much. This one was definitely harder to get here, but I think it'll work out. So we'll go ahead and sell these off. Curious to see how this is going to sell with half that sticking out, but let's take a look. We're at $905. 4,020. Nice. That was a quick little load there. I'll take that. So let's go ahead and jump back to the store. So front loader, brush, and a log fork. I believe this is what we need right here. So we're going to go ahead and take the truck. So now this should attach no problem. So we got the right one this time. There we go. Line up. All right. That. Okay. Simple enough. All right, let's load it up on the trailer. I like that it has that ramp. That's really nice. It's pretty cool. And then let's lower this. Interesting. All right, let's unload it there. Looks good. And then fashion tension belts. Okay, so it will actually put a belt on that one. Very nice. And I think we're good to go. All right, let's go ahead and take it home. excited to use this actually. It's gonna make a huge difference. Hoping this will help us get a lot done a lot faster. A lot more done a lot faster. That is the goal with it. We're at 2,900. Let's see how quickly we can jump this up. All right, so let's go ahead and get this thing unloaded and see what it looks like. Oh, I gotta lower the trailer back. Get that lowered. There we go. Raise this up a little bit. Oh, I think we have to take these straps off actually. Because I could have done this in the truck. Button. There we go. Much better. Now, my big thing is hopefully I don't need to wait for this. But we're going to find out. So let's just give it a grow. Let's go move the truck up a little bit. Give ourselves a little bit more room. And let's just start taking one of these down. I'll do the one by my tent here. This one needs to go with about like... not bad. Let's go and get rid of all these branches. Alright, so I'm thinking... Okay, so for starters, I just want to see if this thing can even pick up an entire one like this. This is probably about as big as it gets. Of course, there's a giant bush right where I'm trying to do it. So let's try it right here. It's like we just lower this to the floor. Let's see, I haven't driven one of these before, so it's going to be a little bit of a learning curve. Maybe we're supposed to do it more like this. I guess that kind of makes a little bit more sense. Close it up. So it looks like that's about as high as it can go. So we're definitely going to cut these in half or something. Let's try half first. Say right about just to the trailer. I think trailer length probably somewhere right about here. Let's try this. All right. So I think for this weight, we're gonna need a weight on the back of this to help equal that out. But let's see if we can still make this work as is. We'll cut these in. They're still the really heavy ones. Again, a little bit of a learning curve. All right, so there we go. Not too bad. I think if we get a weight on this thing, we'll be golden. Still not this one can actually have a weight though. That might be the problem. All right, first one on. Pretty good size. So now we kind of have an idea of the size they need to be. I hope so. If we put them all the way up, definitely super wobbly. All right, so first one with the skid steer done. Definitely a little bit of a learning curve on it, but that was a really big tree, surprisingly. So we can do a couple more and see what we can stack on there. All right, so we've got this thing fully loaded. None of these were actually cut like we've been doing, which is a huge help. Makes it a lot faster. Somewhat. I will say the skid steer definitely has a little bit of a learning curve, you know, and having a weight on it might help a lot. But I'm curious to see how much we get for this full stack on the trailer here. Now, yeah, I could go ahead and take one, maybe two more down, throw them in the back and do that. But I'm just kind of curious to see what just put them all in here like this is going to do. So let's go turn these in. You know, the crazy thing too is I wasn't thinking about it when we got that trailer. It's technically a bigger trailer. So maybe the loads will be a lot bigger. So we're going to see. All right, so here we are. Let's get this turned in. See, there we go. Looks pretty good. Looks like it's getting dark out. And let's see what we get here. 6,758. So not too bad using the skid loader. This is the first time using that skid loader. It did work out. We got the bigger trailer as well. We could definitely put a lot more in there. So I'm thinking we could easily probably do 8,000 to 10,000 per load. But we also need to get a sawmill at the house area too. And that would help a lot too. Start turning some of these, breaking some of this wood down. Let's go see how much one of those might be as well. All right, it is a brand new day. We're at 9,000. I looked at some of the tractors and they are going to be a little bit too expensive for us. So what we're going to do is go ahead and just do like a really big load here, take out a few more of these trees, and then hopefully be able to get like a tractor with the front loader and we can swap out the skid steer for it. Since this one isn't quite working the way we'd hoped, but you know what? It is kind of working. So we're going to stick with it for now, but let's go ahead and get this next big load done. I'm thinking we take out a couple more in this area here. It's probably going to be our best bet. kind of want to load some things up in this area at some point, put a sawmill down, all those sorts. Maybe over here, maybe over there. I haven't quite decided yet. Just start here though. See if my aim has gotten any better. I think I like that. Maybe a little bit too much to the left, but oh, it was actually too much to the right. All right, let's get to it. Take off these branches, cut it in half here. Because that skid steer, it definitely helps. It just can't quite do as big as we'd hoped. Needs a weight on the back or something, but I just don't even think that the actual grabber here is very convenient compared to the wood one that we can get. So I have to work to get that front loader. But we're going to make the most of it while we've got it. Let's try and grab this up. There we go. Good. Put it in the trailer. It'd be kind of hard to load this with that log sitting right there. Might be able to reach with it. Yep, very nice. Let's get this one now. Raise it up, and then we're gonna put this. Oh, and of course, see, this is what I don't like about this log grabber, is if you don't get on it like perfectly, man, does it not want to like hold it. It's unfortunate because like I'm gonna put it all the way against the ground, still doing the same thing. There we go. And last one over here. Like I said, it is nice not having to cut them down with the saw. I just think we can do a lot better with the front loader wood attacher. I just kind of thought the skid steer would be, you know, a nice upgrade, not too expensive. And to be fair, it is working. It's just kind of still slow. And it's a little wobbly, you know, a little bit on the cheaper side, but that's okay. It is helping some, just not as much as we'd kind of hoped. You know, I think I'm going to put this on the other side just because the weight of it. I got to watch these stumps because those stumps would definitely take me out. You can see like that log is already like trying to fall down, which is not ideal. Let's get it hovered over the trailer. All right, so that tree is now up. Let's see, where should we do next? I'm thinking we go to the other side of the field. So I kind of want to open up that area some more. Ooh. And I didn't, oh boys, I did not attach the logs. That is going to be an amateur mistake right there. We didn't strap down our logs and we hit a stump. And, luckily it didn't shoot through the cabin, so. But now we're doing extra work. Guess it is what it is sometimes. This grass definitely is a little hard to see through sometimes. It's okay, we'll make the most of it. Yeah, I should have strapped them down. That was a mistake. I'm gonna try and use this one to push the other ones back in line. All right, so again, getting a little bit better at the skid steer here. Trying to line this up has been my biggest thing, but I think we are starting to get the hang of it now. Just hoping we can increase our speed a little bit until we get the other tractor. Now, however, I do, oh, and we dropped it, of course. Now, we do need to get a tractor here soon so we can actually start plowing the field because we need those crops to start growing. So we'll get that going here shortly. All right, let's see if we can drop this on here successfully. Hopefully, maybe. There we go. I'm going to get that other one now. Kind of curious to see what it looks like from inside the truck here. Raise it up. Too bad. I think we are definitely hitting the max capacity of our trailer here soon. And it fell over. Okay. All right, so we got this one on there. Let's go ahead and restrap this all before we take it into town. That way they're all secured on there. Let's see if we've got a couple more here. Oh. Get this one. And just to be certain. All right, let's go ahead and take this into town and see how much we get for this one here. I believe it's probably like 4, maybe 5 trees, so should be a pretty good one from what I remember. Also, I did want to say it does look like we are hitting fall. It is now October. So we started in August, September, October. We're about 2 months into the challenge so far. We've got quite a ways to go, but I think we'll be okay as time goes on. We'll get better equipment. Oh, and it looks like we lost a log here. We'll just throw that back in there. I just realized I didn't secure that, but we're basically right there, so we'll leave it for now. All right, we are pulling in to the sawmill. Line this up right about there. Let's see how that does. Let's see how much we get for this one. Jump over the trailer. $9,502. Not bad at all. Well, I don't think 19,000 is going to be quite enough, so we're going to go ahead and do another set here. Try and get our balance closer to 25,000. Once we get to 25,000, I think we should be able to go and get a tractor. So let's see what we can do here. Now, these little trees tend to kind of glitch out a little bit. Now, these stumps are really starting to cause issues now when I'm driving, I've noticed. So we're going to have to do something about them stumps as soon as we can. Yeah, it kind of glitches out that. Now, this one I'm just going to carry with my hand real quick, make it a little bit easier. Just need to get that one out of the way. And let's see, let's do this one. Still way faster than doing it by hand, especially for these big red ones here. I've noticed these tend to take the longest for me to cut by hand. So being able to only have to cut them once and separate them into two does definitely help out a lot, despite our skid steer not being the best. Right about here. Alright, now let's jump in it. And of course, there is a stump right where we need to be. It's alright. Just kind of deal with it. Oop. There we go. This one is probably going to be heavy, but not too heavy. Go, making it work. Put the heavy end up towards the truck. Get our lights on here so you can see what's going on. I will say our open area is looking really open now, actually. So we've definitely taken out quite a bit of trees. Again, we needed to get that sawmill as well, because that sawmill is what's gonna really help us out in the long run, getting more money in the bank. So we're gonna definitely have to do that soon. All right, on to the next one here. All right, so we got the front view here. Definitely have gotten a little bit more used to the front view now, and it's kind of grown on me a little bit. Now, I will say when loading the actual truck, it doesn't help that much. Oh, and we fell over just like this, but it can be of some help sometimes. We can get this up. Come on. There we go. Let's see if we can raise this just enough to get going. Whoa. Okay, this one is definitely going to be on the heavy side. Like I said, these redwood ones are tough, man. I have to drag it more than anything. Get over there first. Oh, now we're caught between two stumps. Let's see if we can get away with raising it a little bit here. Yeah, if we raise it all the way, it definitely takes us out. So we can't do that. We just need to get over this stump right here just enough. Let's see, come on. There we go. All right, I think we can work with that. Like I said, stumps are starting to be one of our biggest issues right now.
All right, so I feel like we're making quite the headway on this area here. We got a lot of these trees down. We got 18,000. We really need to bump this number up. I'm thinking like 20,000, 30,000. We're actually going to be able to do something with the tractor, because again, we really need a tractor. I'd prefer to save the money and get a tractor that has like a front loader. I feel like that is probably going to be the play. And I just messed that up. Nice. Yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking is going to be the play. Is a tractor with a front loader. It'll give us a lot more usability than just a tractor. But regardless, we do still need to get one, because again, this one is working. It's just it's a little rough, especially for these bigger ones here. We got to take it nice and slow. Probably bring this down a little bit. Get this over here. Nice big one here. All right, let's try that again. Keep doing that. You gotta stop doing that. There you go. Lines up real good. Get a better grip on it this time. Filter up. Nice. I like it. All right, let's try it. Sometimes I don't know if I should lift up higher to get a better balance point. Maybe. Let's try a little higher. Just go a little slower. Yeah, I think you guys kind of see what I mean about this front loader being a little rough. But hey, you know what? That's okay. We are making it work, honestly. So sometimes it is what it is. You know, it's better than where we started. I'll tell you that much. Try and put this down right there. And I did it again. All right, boys. Open it up. Boom. Is that gonna stay? Let's see if we can't nudge it over. Let me actually jump into the truck. Do one of those. Oh, didn't make a difference. Oh, I think it kind of did. Like it kind of caught it. Can nudge her over. Oh, man, it doesn't want to go over. Let me do that, and then what I'm gonna do is jump into the truck, turn off the straps, and see if that makes a little bit of a difference. Did actually, I think. All right. I like it. So now, if we take a peek at it, hey, we're a lot straighter, actually. That's good. That's real good. All right, let's see. Do we got any more? I think we can probably take down one more. Get one of these trees out. Get her loaded up. Again, we need that cash, so I'm trying to do some bigger loads here. Make it count. This is definitely a big one here. Take a minute to cut. Get rid of all the branches. Per usual. Oh, this is a long one. I think we're gonna have to cut this one in two for sure. You know, I haven't determined if you get paid more for cutting it or not, but don't know. I know we need a sawmill. Maybe we should try and do a sawmill. Probably do one of those here. You know, why don't we go ahead and actually try and do a sawmill? I want to see what that would kind of look like as far as production. Man, we got all these stumps. Let's see. Sheds, silos, tools, farmhouses, like factories. Peat, lumber. There we go. Let's see. We got the sawmill here. Overlaps with another object. Is it just the... What is it overlapping on? Ah, so these stumps do make a difference. So we cannot go on stumps. Got quite a few stumps there. Not sure what that is in the grass, but I think we may have to take it out. So it'll stack them in the back. Yeah, it takes up quite a bit of space. Let's see. I mean, it does kind of fit there. It's not the worst spot. It's kind of wanting to put it over here, though. Let's see. Oh, okay, we might be able to get away with it here. Yeah, kind of like it right there. Although we are going to have to go to the back of it. Let me, you know, let's do that. Let's move the truck out of the way. Let's start with that. And then also the skid steer. This. And then let's take a peek over here because this is kind of the area it was going to go in. Think, oh, we got a piece of wood. This may be what it was kind of getting caught on. Let's go throw that on the truck. Why not? We've cut down so many trees. There's bound to be a couple pieces lingering around. All right, let's see. I think that should do it. Let's try now. Yep. All right, let's try sawmill. All right, I think that is the play. Yep, we're going to go with that. Sawmill. So one thing I want to do is put some concrete down to kind of make the area look a little bit better. Let's see, asphalt, concrete. Let's see, we can change shape. Can also make it bigger. Yeah, let's try trying to make all this nice and concrete for it. Gonna give us something to work towards there. I don't know how to turn it, but it's okay. And then let's do somewhere for the equipment over here too. Have to eventually take out some of these trees and whatnot. I think we've used too much money, so that's good. And I want to see if we can kind of level, raise, slope, soften. Yeah, smooth that out a bit. Now we're going through a little bit of money on that one, but it kind of needs it. Probably should have gone with gravel over here, but you know what? We're going to go with it. So now we got our sawmill over here. Curious what this is going to look like. Let's see. What do we got here? Saving. All right. We've got wood planks. All right, let's see. Cost per month for 24. Huh. I wonder if this will tell us how much wood planks are worth. Haven't even looked at that, honestly. Wood beam, wood chips. It tells us wood beams are 5,204. And wood
Planks, maybe? No, no. Oh, interesting. Is that what they're called? Now I'm thinking about it. Yeah, wood planks long. Wood beam. Might be worth 7 times wood chip. 100 wood. Actually gives us something here. So activate. Running. Materials missing. All right. So let's see, actually, if we can take this skid steer and put one over there. Because that would actually be really, really nice if we can get that pumping out some stuff there for us. Let's go and open. Oh, I did it again. Let's open that. I'm going to change that key binding. It's going to mess me up the whole time. All right, here we go. Let's see. Close this up. Actually curious what we might actually get for this. This is a big piece of wood. I don't know if it's going to work or not, but we're going to find out. Oh, looks like it took it. So let's see. Baking it now. 100 wood. Status running. All right. Well, it says it's running, so we'll just let it be and come back to it here in a bit and see what we've got. So let's go ahead and start stacking up the other wood tree here. The other part of the tree, and then we'll come back to that. So I'm curious if putting that down may have been the play, because I'm thinking that that is actually going to yield us a lot more money than just these individual. So that could be a game changer. So kind of excited for that. Hopefully all goes good with it. We're going to find out here soon enough, though. Don't know how long it's going to take. Could take quite some time. So if that's the case, you know, at least we'll have that going in the background. Oh, that is too much. All right, so too big of a piece. We are going to cut this bad boy a little bit smaller. Whoa, this is, it just must be the size of it, or the thickness of it is so big. So let's just cut it right about here. We'll move that skid steer over a little bit. Let's try this. Let's grab her up. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Now we're cooking. Now we're cooking. So we'll go ahead and put this up over here. Get this loaded up. So we're already in the process of this. Now we'll see. Hopefully I can put this in here. I think that looks pretty good. I can't do any more with it. Don't roll all the way off. And I don't think it actually rolled all the way off. I think... Okay, I may be able to push that in. So we are getting a little tight on the truck here, but I think I can get this last tree on here. Confident I get this last tree on here. So I'm actually going to take off these straps. Well, I don't regret that. I think we should go ahead and just pick it back up. Pick this up. Let's see. Okay, that's looking pretty good. All right, let's go. All right, last piece. Last piece. Bring it down. There we go. All right, we're going to put this last one on here. We should be able to take that haul and see where we're at. We're at 8,100. We probably spent about $1,000. Oh, no, we spent about 10 grand. Probably about 11 grand, all things said and done, for the concrete and for our sawmill. But I really think it's going to be worth it, especially when we get a better output on it. So let's see, we can get this a little bit higher. Oh, and that was a mistake. We're going to have to fix that one real quick. Throw it back on there. Yeah, we are definitely full, ready to go sell this, because they're falling off the sides at this point. This is our last one right here. So we've got to make it work. Let's see. Confident we can line her up right about. Let's see. We bring this down. Oh, come on now. Push it over. There we go. I like that. Oh, hold on. Okay, I'm good with that. And then we're going to strap it down. And we are good to go. Actually, no, let's just do it in the truck. Be a little bit easier. There we go. Strap down, ready to go. Let's get it. All right, so we're going to go ahead and turn this in. This is definitely a pretty good sized load here. You can see we did fill it up. A lot of these are the really thick trees, so we'll see what we get for it. I'm hoping for a good amount. You know, we did spend some money on that sawmill, so I do plan on us actually you know, turning in some of them sawmill pieces, the wood beams or whatever they call it. So we're gonna do that here shortly. First though, if we don't get stuck, we're gonna go ahead and turn these in first. So, all right, so we're gonna go ahead and pull this in right here. A lot of these are really long, and 8,823. Hey, that was a pretty good load right there. 16,095. I think we need to do one more. We're gonna try and turn that wood in and see what we get, and then we should be able to get a tractor and we'll start plowing the field. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and throw some more wood in our sawmill. You can see we've got a few made. We got one pallet looking thing here, so we're gonna go ahead and throw this other tree, a couple more trees in there, so that way we have it loaded up and ready to go. So I think we should be able to get away with not having to get rid of all the branches on this one. So let's go ahead and get this down real quick. Let's see here, open her up, come down with it. This one may be too big for us, but you know what? We're gonna try anyways. Oh, I gotta open it up. There we go. Maybe. What do we caught on here? I think we're caught on the... Yes. Up there, come on. We only have to go a little ways. I think the stump is getting us. We gotta go a little bit more. Let me move the truck real quick. Get this out of the way. Yeah, it may just be a really heavy one. But we are so close to it that I'm like, come on, we can just take this right over there and be done with it. Ah, looks like we are still stuck on the truck. So let's just get this thing completely out of the way. And then I believe we should be able to just pop it right over to it. Come on, we're so close. A little more. There we go. We did it. All right. So now that that's in there, we've got plenty of wood in the baking. After it saves 11,000. Okay, so we're good for quite some time. All right, so let's go ahead and put the truck up and work on getting this tractor. All right, so we got a few of these pallets of wood ready to go. I don't know though if this wood grabber is actually gonna be able to do it, but I want to try just to see if it's possible. So we're gonna go ahead and give it a go. Let's see what we can do here. Again, I'm not super optimistic that it can actually do it, but I do want to at least try it before buying a different attachment. Yeah. Ooh. Really don't want to knock these down too much. Yeah, I think that middle section there is gonna... Okay, so we can't do it. We're definitely gonna have to get an attachment. So let's get an attachment. Let's see if we can also get a tractor. All right, now ideally, I want to get this front loader lift wood one. I know this one or something like this is gonna be really good. But for now, because we don't really have the money for a tractor just quite yet, we are gonna have to get this skid steer one. And it's going to be a pallet fork. So we're going to try the pallet fork, see if this works, see if we can't get those wooden panels up and loaded up on the trailer, and see how much we get for the pallets of wood. So let's do that now. Let's go and load it up on the truck. And I just realized I did not bring my skid steer, thinking I was going to be able to just throw this up on here. So hopefully I can pick it up. I don't think I'm going to be able to, and I'm going to have to make another trip back home and grab my skid steer. So maybe I can angle the trailer down and throw it up on there or something. Yep, definitely cannot grab it. So let's see if we can tilt this. Maybe we can scoop it up on here just enough. All right, so maybe we can get it up against that wall. I cannot believe I forgot the thing. I wasn't even thinking. I was like, oh no, I'll just, you know, throw it up on the truck, no big deal. Not realizing I'm gonna need that skid steer to actually get it up on the trailer. All right, let's see. Oh, look at that, look at that. I think that is progress. Let's actually, there we go. All right, so we managed to make it happen. We got it loaded up on the truck. Let's take it home. So there it is. We'll get that home, get it on our skid steer, and then see how much we get for that wood that's now beams. So I'm excited. I'm hoping it's a lot more. All right, so we are back home. Let's see. Let's get rid of the straps. Unfold the trailer. Let that go all the way down, and then we're gonna jump up in this. Let's see. Let's put this down somewhere. Put
it down our little area over here. I don't want to hit it with my truck. I can already tell I'm going to have to whip it out. Let's try like right here. So we're going to lower this down. Disconnect it. And let's load up the other one now. Hopefully this isn't too bad considering how we got it on the truck. Really hoping it's going to come through for us, this wood, because we need the money bad for that trailer or tractor, because once we get the tractor, that's where we're going to be making... Oh, look at that. There we go. Once we get the tractor, we're going to get our fields going and maybe making some serious moves. All right, let's jump in the truck and let's get that back up. Go, it's back and even. Get back in skid steer. Let's see if it's a little easier to do. No, I think outside view will help us a lot. Alright, it's not. Oh! Alright, so first time using the pallet fork option. We got that thing really far on there. Wish we could throw it back, but I didn't want to seem to do it, so go with what we got here. Yeah, this skid steer is a little rough, not gonna lie, boys. Very wobbly. Needs a weight. Start with that right there. Alright, one on. Let's get the others. Because I could have scooped it from the bottom and it's just kind of off balance. So here we go. Nice and flat. Line her up a little bit. Ooh, don't want to mess up the other ones. There we go. Up a little bit. Now, a stack of 3. Let's see if we can do it. I don't know if we're going to be able to, but we're going to try. Probably going to be too tall. Let's put this all the way down. Go. And then, oh, wrong way. Oh, almost knocked him over. All right, we got our 3. Let's hope our John Deere can handle it here. I'm tipping us over. They're pretty heavy. Oof. Oh, man. Risky, risky. Set these up a little bit more. Let's see if we can do all 3 on the trailer. Oh, and I pushed the wrong direction. Nice. Gotta love it. It's all right. It's part of it. Learning curve. Of course, we do it right on the wheel. It's all right. We're just, we meant to do that. We're just going to stack them like this. Yeah. Easy peasy. Oop. Oop. Then we're going to push these. Okay, and somehow alright, we'll have to just do that. Wow, I feel like I made that way more complicated than it needed to be. And we got another one ready. Alright, well, this is great. Definitely want the other tool, because the, you know, I get it, you know, it's all user error here, but the other one would be way easier. I keep messing up my buttons, so I could probably use the practice anyways. Oh, nope, nope, let's not do that. There we go. Alright, solid, solid. This one. Flip it around, and I think it's going to be 6. So, hey, you know what? We're getting a good first load here. Let's, look at that. Look at that. A little bit better. Now, the question is, can we strap them all down like that? Yeah, we can. Look at that. They are all strapped down, ready to go. Not the prettiest, boys. Not the prettiest, but that's all right. They're on the trailer, so we're going to make it work. So let's go ahead and get to it. Take that in, see how much we get. All right, so I'm not 100% certain where I'm supposed to take these. I'm thinking... Let's see... Thinking maybe there. Last time we sold something there, it did not pay us. So, all right. So I think this is going to be it right here. So let's go ahead and back this up and see if this is it. I believe it is. So we'll go ahead and get this in there. Oh yeah, solid backup skills. All right. Let's see. So give me an option to sell. Ah, I had to take off the tension belts. 31,000. Look at that. That is our biggest payout yet, boys. We are up to 47,000. You know what that means? I think we are ready for our first tractor. Let's go. All right, it's been a long time coming. We have needed a tractor real bad for quite some time. We're gonna get this farm up and going though. So let's see what kind of tractors they got here.
and load it up and take it home. Let's pull up into the shop right here. Don't mind me. All right. So small tractor to start. Let's see, 39,000. 91. These are definitely expensive. Still out of budget. I know we've got to have something here. 10,000 for this one. This one is 59 to 81, 19 miles an hour. This one is 12,000, 70 HP, 18 miles an hour, 1970. So it's either 59 or 81. So I have to look at the different deals there. This tractor can attach a front loader. Ooh, that. Oh, this one can attach front loader too. Okay, for 10K, let's look at them. All right, don't know what a Z-Tor is, but could be worth it for the price. So engine setup, 63. So if we went with the turbo, we're looking at an extra 5,000, which makes it 15K for 81 HP. Okay, 81 horsepower. So let's see what this one's got. This one's currently at 70. No option to increase our horsepower for 12. For 12. I'm not gonna lie, boys. I feel like I like this red tractor more, and the fact that even with the engine upgrade to 81, you know, we're talking the other one's 12, this one's 15. $3,000 difference for, you know, 10 more horsepower. I say we go for it. I say we try it. Now let's check out our wheel setup here. Kind of like, let's go with this one. Wheel setup. Let's see what we got here. Wheel weights 2. Oh, wow. Narrow tires, standard. Let's just go standard. Mud guards. That's kind of cool. I don't think we need the mud guards though, so we'll do that at 0. Front fenders. I think the red looks fine. That hood. Oh, nice little bend there. Does that change anything? Leave that at 02, series 2. Like the Zator. We'll just stick with the white though. Beacon. We don't need a beacon. Attachers. We can do a front weight. 3-point standard. Man, we could do for 2K. We could do that the front loader with it. You know, that would be a lot easier. But I think we wait on it, considering we still got the skid steer. We're still able to load up the pallets. They're not as easy. And but you know, then again, for the trees, 3-point should you know, let's just wait. Actually, I think this is what we need. The front loader. Actually, I don't know why I was thinking 3-point. I think it was for something else. Yeah, we're definitely doing the front loader. And then color. Let's change the color here. We've had a theme of black. What does white look like here? White's not too bad. If we change the wheels to black or something, let's see. Maybe do white and white. I kind of like the white and white. That's pretty cool. You know what? Let's go for it. I like it. Let's do it. 17,000. We added the front loader, which added a little bit more, and we made the horsepower a little bit more. So I think it's time. I think it's time. Let's go ahead and buy it. Another thing we need to get is our plow. It's gonna be our first time finally getting our fields going. Okay. So let's see. We got plows right here. 1450. This one's 1400, 25, 32. So it's 2500, 64, 18, 2500 for 2.4 meters, 1.2, 2.6 meters for 25, 45. It's a little bit bigger. What's the difference here? Okay. Okay. Not bad. What color should we go with? The orange? I kind of like the orange, not gonna lie. So we'll start with that, and then you know what? I think since we're here, we should try the front loader. If there's a cheap one, $1,000. Now, is this gonna actually work? It looks very basic compared to the other ones. The next one is 7. Oh, I say we try it for 1,000. Hope it works. If not, we're gonna have to sell it. Let's get that. And then we do need that attachment, which hopefully will do what I'm thinking it's going to do. Lift wood. Let's see. Back. I think this is the one here. So Yeah, let's try it. You know, we're kind of going all out on this buying, the shopping spree, but I think it'll be worth it. So that should be everything. Now, I just want to look. We do need to get rid of the stumps. Okay, that is starting to be a major issue. I think 12,500 for that one, 2,500 for this one. It's not bad. Let's see. Yeah, so I think we should probably try the skid steer one first. Because honestly, oh man, them stumps are really starting to become a problem. We've got 26,000. You know what? I think it'll be worth it. Let's go ahead and try. Let's try the stump grinder. Man, I'm a little nervous about it. But let's try it. Let's just try it. Let's get it as is. Buy it. Boom. All right, let's go load everything up and see what we got. Oh, it is nighttime. Okay. Hopefully, we got enough daylight to get us home. Don't want to be getting home in the dark. Let's get everything loaded up back home. I'm gonna have to load up the plow first, so let's do one of these. Unfold trailer. Go. We can hop out of here. Load some of this up on the tractor. Looking good. I like. Perfect. And then we're gonna go ahead and back up more for the front loader. Put this one on here. Oop. Come on, we gotta line this up a little bit better. There we go, we got it angled. Perfect. Front loader is on. Good. Last but not least, our actual wood grabber here. It's nice and quiet in the truck. There we go. All right, let's get loaded up. I'm not sure what we're gonna do about the stump grinder. I don't think I can pick anything up with this. Yeah, it doesn't look like it's what if I can get an angle on it or something? No. All right, we might have to do that little trick with the trailer to try and get it up because we did not bring the skid steer, unfortunately. This trailer is looking a little small for everything. There we go. Yeah, definitely on the small side, but we will make it work nonetheless. Perfect. All right, let's jump in the truck. Man, I am pretty nervous about trying to back this thing up and get that on there, but you know what, I bet we can do it, so let's give it a go. Well, at least try, right? If we don't try, it's already no, and it's dark too, so it's not helping. All right, here we go. Now tractor's messing us up a bit. I need to straighten out my truck. It's kind of hard doing it from this angle, so we're gonna just do how I usually do it. Try to get a better view on it, but I didn't have it, and we just gotta get it up against the wall there. Tractor is kind of stopping us, not gonna lie. All right, squish. Load up. Did it get it? Please got it. Yes, we did it. Kinda, maybe. I believe so. Maybe. We're gonna find out. Hopefully we can get that thing home. So let's get everything home and unload it. And then we'll start the next day tomorrow and start off strong.
All right, so we just woke up and we're back home. Looks like our tractor is kind of falling off there, but we're gonna go ahead and unload everything, get started, and we're gonna get this field going now. These stumps are definitely gonna be a problem, so I kind of want to see how the stump grinder works, how quickly we can do it, because we might want to start with that. But first things first, let's get in the skid steer. Let's go ahead and unload it off the trailer, the stump grinder. Let's see if this will be an easy click on here. It's like barely hanging on there. Here we go. Perfect. Back this thing up. All right, and then let's jump in the truck here. Go and tilt it down. Oh, maybe we should actually jump in the tractor first and move it. Although maybe we can just pull off. Maybe we can pull straight off. Maybe. Oh, all right. Can we? I think yes, we can. Nice. Okay, cool. That works. All right. So trailer's unloaded, ready to go. Let's try the stump grinder. We got a stump right here in front of us. We're gonna try this one first. See, turn on stump grinder. Okay. What we got going on? Okay. Alright, so I gotta basically angle it. Alright, not too bad. feel like I can do that. Let's try it from in here. So line it up, and then hold on, let me try this. Yeah, I think we can have it a little bit higher. Yeah, there we go. Just gotta grind it down, I guess. Wow, that's gonna take a minute. I mean, it's working. It's just kind of taking a minute, and we got a lot of stumps. Like, let's see how quickly it does it on this small one here. Let's see. That's still kind of a while for a small one. I mean, it's not like the absolute worst, but man, that's gonna take a while. I mean, I want to say I felt like that was a little bit quicker. That might be the one I gotta do. Just push down while I'm doing it. That's without pushing down. It's not pushing down still. Let's see, what do we got around us here? Trying to clear out the field a little bit because we're about to do the field. Get this one right here real quick. Oh, small one. Alright, where's our stumps at? Let's see. Some of these in the middle of the field out of the way. All right, so I believe that is going to be all the stumps in the area for the most part. I may have missed one or two. We're going to end up finding out here shortly, because now it is time to actually start plowing the field. So we're going to get in the tractor here, and we're going to start making our first field. Now, I do feel like we've got a good amount of space here to do our first one, and then we may end up pushing it back up that direction, but let's go ahead and start plowing our first field. All right, so we had a slight issue with this plow. I'm not exactly sure why it wasn't one to create new fields, but I had to go to the store and get this one right here. It cost me $7,500, so dropped our balance to 16,400 or so. But it does work. I did test it. It does work. I don't know, maybe my tractor's is too low of a horsepower or what was going on with this one, but I couldn't get it to make a new field. So I did get this new one, but we should be good to go. So let's go ahead and get back in the tractor and start making this field. Now, I do plan on, going in and selling this one eventually, get back some of that money, but this one should work no problem. So we're going to go ahead and start doing our first field here. Again, not sure why that is. Maybe you guys can let me know in the comments, but this one should work no problem. So let's see, we've got lower plow and create fields. Here we go. All right, we're going to go on the outskirts here. All right, this one is definitely working now. So we're going to get this field going. Plant our first seeds here shortly after too. So hopefully this field will be big enough to get a pretty good harvest. Like I said, we may expand it a little bit more depending on how it turns out in the end here. So we're going to go ahead and finish this field up, and yeah, we'll meet you back after. All right, so the field is done. You can see we do have it plowed. We're gonna have to cultivate it now before we can plant. So we're gonna go get one of those, but it is actually snowing, which is kind of crazy. But we should be all right. We'll get this field planted up and get the ball rolling. So let's go get a cultivator so we can get that going. Actually, before we do the cultivator, I think we should go ahead and take some of this lumber to sell since we're already heading that way. So let's do that. I do want to actually try our new attachment on our tractor here. I'm kind of curious how that's going to be. So we're going to try the tractor. Let's go ahead and drop this one. There we go. Let's try this now that we have it. There we go. And we'll see if this works for it or not. Wonder if it's going to, how many we're actually be able to grab with it or anything. Let's see. Unfastened tensioners. So it looks like, take that. Line this up. Hopefully this actually does it. I don't know. I haven't used this before, but I'm hoping. Okay, so it will actually do it. Now, let's see here. Move some of this. Good save. So let's raise that up. And then see how many of these we can actually put on here, because I am curious if it's more than one or not. So it looks like it is just the one. So I wonder if we do the bottom one, if it will pick up. Oh. All right, you know, we're going to have to make that work. I think a weight would do us good. But, yeah, we got it on there. So let's get it up on the truck now. Have to be a little bit smarter about it next time. Oh. Alright, so 3 may be too much for us, but I wonder if we can get up on here and make this work. There we go. Let's just make the most out of it. Nice. I'll take that. Come on. Nice and steady. Booyah. Perfect. Let's raise this up. Just drop that right about there if it'll let me. Alright, I think we're just going to go with that for now. I'm hoping we'll be able to just squeeze the cultivator on there somehow. So let's go ahead and take this back and see what we get for it. Alright, so we made it here. Let's go ahead and turn these in and see how much we get for them. I believe we can take them over here like last time. Let's see what we get for these. Might have to back them in, straighten her out of it. Oof, this ice making it a little slick. All right, let's unstrap. There we go, 37,000. That's pretty good. So that should be enough to buy us something here in the shop. Get a cultivator. Let's see what we got here. Cultivators. This one's 9,500, not too bad. 110 horsepower though, or tractor slacking on that. Let's see, 100 horsepower, 90 horsepower. Oof. We might have to do something with our tractor, honestly. So we're gonna need over 100 horsepower. So let's see what tractors we've got. If we got anything we can upgrade to. Let's see, 39,000, 70 to 112. That one could work, or 39K. What else we got? 45,000 is gonna give us 116. And 12,000, 70. Well, I think we should just start with this one. It's going to have 120 HP. I know it can definitely pull the cultivator for sure. So I got 70. This one's got 112. So I think, all right, that's it. 46,000. Let's, we should get a little bit back. Cultivator, I think we'll have enough. I know we're going to find out. We might have to do another load if we don't, but we'll try it. Let's go ahead and get this one. And then we're going to sell the other tractor. So let's do that now. So this one, we can get 13,000 back. Nice. Okay, that works. We'll keep the cultivator tool for now. Keep that. Yeah, we'll keep what we got for now. So we should have enough for cultivator now. Let's see. This one is 110 horsepower, which we can do. 4 meters wide for 95. Yeah, let's go with the John Deere. It'll match our tractor too. I think that'll be perfect. All right, that should hold us over for a bit. We are going to need a cedar. We might have to do a load of pallets for that too, but let's just get an idea how much they're going to cost us. We're not going to do lime or anything for this one right now. So this cedar is 49K, 110 horsepower. We can pull that one. I think that's going to be our lowest one. We're going to have to sell a little bit more, but I think it's going to be a good start. So let's get our truck, our tractor, and our cultivator back. Lower this back for us. Jump in here. Got our real tractor now. Actual John Deere. This matches too, so they're both John Deere, which is pretty cool. Hopefully the trailer can handle this. I didn't think about that, but I think we're gonna have to make do. Otherwise we're gonna end up having to drive it. Let's see if we can get away with this. Well, I don't know. We're gonna try it. We'll see what happens. We might have to go real slow because we're pulling it, but we are definitely dragging. Truck's slacking just a little bit. Got all the snow on us right now. Alright, so we made it back home. We're going to go ahead and just pull this directly off the trailer here, hopefully. Let's see, I may have to actually back this up. Let's tilt the trailer real quick. One thing I want to do, I think I want to take these trees out and create a path here soon. I think that will look good and help a lot too, because now that that field takes up most of that, you know, we're gonna have to do something with that. So let's get this tractor up here. We definitely made this a challenge, that's for sure. But you know what? So it makes it more fun. So let's go ahead and get this field cultivated. I think we do the long strips first. We're gonna go this side. You know, we might as well go ahead and pop this thing down. Let's see. Cultivator. Go. And we're off. There we go. Now we're going to do this whole field here. Let's get it done. All right, so take a little break there. We're back at it now. Going to finish this field up. It is nice and sunny now, so that is definitely a lot easier to kind of see what's going on. That snow was a little rough, I'm not going to lie. So, yeah, we're going to get going. This field is looking really good. I can't complain. It's a little bit, I would say it's on the, you know, it's not too big, not tiny though, so that's good. Hoping we can get a nice harvest out of this too. I'm not sure what we're going to plant yet. I'm going to have to take a look. Yeah, we would definitely want to get something good out of it. I will probably have to take that wood and sell it here shortly. What I want to do after we get this field done, though, is definitely clear out those trees to the right up there. And, put down a road so we can kind of get some organization going on in this. And I will say this tractor does seem to be a little small, little too low on the horsepower for this this one here, this cultivator. But we are making it work. We're almost done. Definitely does match. It looks nice John Deere one. Yeah, so a little bit on the smaller side, but it is what it is. We're almost done. We're going to make it work. Seems like also when I go this direction on the field, it actually goes pretty quick, but the other direction it goes really slow. So not sure why that is, but yeah, so like right here, it'll actually go through it pretty good. Doesn't really stop too much. Let's finish this field up, and then we're going to plant something in it. I'm going to have to get the seeder as well so we can put some seeds down. I do plan on doing one more row on the outside edge because I know I missed a few spots here and there. So I'll do that. Now, I do know, guys, I did not get rid of all the rocks and I did not lime the field, but we are on a little bit of a budget on our equipment. So we are going to get our first one down here without doing that, and then we'll eventually come in and clean this field up a little bit more. But for now, we're going to leave the rocks, and we're going to try it without the liming as well. Just trying to do a circle on this one. Looks like we do have a log right here. I'm curious what's going to happen with this. Is it going to drag it? All right, it did drag it. Let's just drag it over here if it'll let me. You know what? Let's throw it in the bed of the truck. Why not? Field's looking good, though. I can't believe we cleared out all these trees. We've definitely come a long ways. All right, last strip here. So it looks like the field is cultivated. We're ready to go ahead and seed it down. But one thing I do want to do is just like a quick one pass on the outside edge here, because I feel like there were some areas I may have missed. If this doesn't take too long, if it's going to be a really slow pace, I might not, but I do want to make sure we get the entire edges here. You know what? I think we're good. That's going to take way too long for just a couple little extra areas. So let's go ahead and put this up, and let's take some of these pallets, sell them off. Put this right about here. Go drop that down. Looking good. Go ahead and move our truck over. Oh yeah, that field's looking good. I could have moved my tent and gotten a little bit, but it is what it is. Oh, right. That's what we're going to do. Let's go ahead and knock some of these trees down. Make some more space here. Let's see. Let's put them this way. Why not? Got this one. I believe I can actually just pick up, throw in the bed of the truck. Definitely not the most ideal way to do this, but take this one out. So the plan is take these trees out so that way we can put a road down. That's the goal with it. We're going to put a road down on it.
Clean this up real quick. All right, and then we might as well go ahead and cut it in half while we're here. We're seeing that like right about here. You know, I think now I'm thinking about it, let's go and get those, get the plants seeded, and then we can do all of this after the fact. You know, we should probably do that first. Now I'm thinking about it. Let's do that. Let's move this over there. Pick that up real quick. Let's go ahead and get this pulled up while we were sliding. Load some of this wood up. I think we can wide turn it in here. Yeah, there we go. Let's get our front loader on this. I don't think we've tried this one with the front loader, so I'm curious how this one does. I do think we need a back weight. So one thing I do want to try, since we need the back weight, let's try it first. See, I have to figure out what's going on with that. Maybe it's because I got that 3-piece on there. Let's do it with the old forklift for now.
All right, so we got a pretty nice load right here. We're gonna back this up into there. See how much we get. Let's unload it. Very nice. All right, let's see if we can get a seeder for that price. Got 49K. I'm not sure if we can, but we're gonna find out. So we need 49,500 for that one. 110 horsepower, 165 horsepower. Don't quite have enough. Need a little bit more. What we can do though is go ahead and sell this plow. I know we're not going to use it, so let's go ahead and sell that one. Let's go ahead and buy this seeder, 49,500. We should be able to use it. Fertilizer on it is an extra 5K. Honestly, I feel like that is going to be worth it because then we can fertilize as we're seeding. Let's wait on it. Let's get the extra 5K and do that because we still need to get seeds and everything else. So that'll be the play.